Have you posted any videos about the Epstein files?
I've made posts. Yeah, I've talked about it. I don't know if I've done a full breakdown. Honestly,
Why?
Because there's like 3 million files, and I haven't had I was watching a video summary of it, but I've said this before in videos.
What could be more
debates,
urgent than that if you're trying to protect?
I don't think I have the authoritative understanding to really break it down.
So you read one study, you have the authoritarian understanding.
No, I cite several studies there. There are 3 million documents on the Epstein file.
You don't need to read all 3 million.
I mean, I think it would be important to have a good understanding.
If you want people to wait to read all 3 million documents, that essentially is running defense for Epstein.
I'm not saying absolutely
well,
not.
let me explain why. And I'm not saying meaning
I'm not running defense for. And I've said, can I just cite my position on it?
The reason I say that is because nobody would ever talk about it.
Well, I get it. I get that, but that's you're generalizing it a bit.
But you can search.
My position on Epstein is anybody who's convicted or who's found of it, I say public execution.
Okay, why is that good? Why do you want to publicly execute people?
Because we have to deter it. There's serious. There's deterrence.
Like how?
What
public? You want to like hang them in the town square?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's a bit medieval, don't you think?
I mean, we do a lot of medieval. You could walk outside in L.A. It's pretty medieval.
I don't see head on pikes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not asking for head on pikes.
Well, what's a public execution?
I don't know, firing squad.
Do you want to do that in public?
With the politicians and the elites that were involved, yeah.
But public means like in a town square where the public can watch.
If they want to, or we televise it. I mean, do you
want
to protect? You have empathy for pedophiles?
No.
What are we doing?
Bro, I'm
convicted pedophiles. You care about them that much?
Is that really what we're getting at? I mean,
I've talked
at length about the Epstein files. You're Mr. I need to read all 3 million files.
I literally said I want them executed, and you're like, hey, hold on a minute, not the pedophiles.
You think I'm upset about the execution and not the public execution?
Yeah, I mean, just make it public.
You want to televise execution?
It's a form of deterrence. I think our elites have to be held to account.
You want to televise executions?
Yeah, of the elites. These people there's so many people that have more money than you can imagine and are getting away with more than you can imagine because they have the lawyers to back them up. They have billions of millions of dollars that they can just throw at this problem and make it disappear.
You want to hold on, but yeah, obviously we all agree the pedophiles are bad and et cetera, et cetera. But you want to, and let's set that aside. You want to publicly broadcast executions? Like on CBS, like Channel 5?
I said of people who are convicted of the Epstein stuff, yes.
And so anyone can tune in, children can watch?
If they want to.
Children
of course not children.
But it's on it's public execution.
Okay. So we'll just...
How do we make sure children don't watch?
Then maybe...
We're protecting the children, right?
This is a hypothetical. Obviously,
public execution is a spectacle for everyone.
I understand.
Children included.
I understand what you're getting at. I understand what you're getting at. We figure out a way to do it where it's kosher.
Tell me.
Okay? I don't know.
Okay, but you're in favor of public execution. That's really...
pedophiles, convicted pedophiles that have abused children, had a child trafficking ring. Yes. I have zero empathy for pedophiles and rapists.
Well, why public?
I don't care.
Because that seems like traumatic for children.
It's a form of deterrence. Don't have children watch it then. It's a form of deterrence.
How?
Our elites shouldn't be allowed to get away with these kinds of crimes.
Do you think Vitaly should host the executions on Kick?
Now you're just being funny.
Well, how is it public? No, I'm being serious. I need to dig your brain because I have to say, someone who's genuinely in favor of broadcasting and holding public executions is not someone I would trust to be in office, regardless of how they feel about anything else. That's insane. That's medieval.
Well, we do have the death penalty in many states.
Yeah, but it's not public execution.
Well, it's a form of deterrence. How else are you going to get the elites?
Hold on. Do you want to walk back the public part? Because execution's different.
I think here's the thing. You're fixating on one aspect.
No, that is a big deal.
Well, people, whenever somebody's executed, Ted Bundy, for example, people went and watched his execution. It is public.
The victims, the prosecutor, the state is invited. That is not public.
Journalists.
That is not public.
I mean, it's public in a manner.
No, it's private. It's literally private. It's by invitation for a very small amount of people to witness. That's not public.
You watch the video covering it. There were hundreds of people outside celebrating that Ted Bundy was dead.
Public.
Here's the thing. There have to be consequences for criminals.
Bro, I'm never
going to defend criminals, and I'm not going to stand up for people who are brutal, murderers, child sexual abusers, child traffickers. I empathize with the victims. I'm never going to defend or stand on the side.
When are you going to talk about Epstein files?
I'm never going to stand.
Why are you waiting to talk about Epstein files?
Huh? Well, now you're not even letting me finish. You're changing the subject.
You're acting like I'm pro not punishing pedophiles. I want to dig your brain on public execution. Okay. Are you walking that back?
No, people have to know what the consequences are.
But you understand that execution of Ted Bundy was a private affair. By invitation, it's a small crowd.
Yeah, it was.
You understand public execution is like on the street.
Now you're making a distinction of what public is, but it was public in the sense that there were people there. So it was still public.
Well, how else are you going to execute them? Drop them in a well?
No.
Is that private? No. So how do you privately execute someone if it's public when there's one person
Every execution has been public.
Okay, so you don't know what public means. You don't know what public means. Open to the broader audience.
Open to the broader audience. So that's the distinction you're making.
No, that's not the distinction I'm making. That's what public means.
We're like just fixating on one detail.
No, that's an extraordinary claim to say that you want public execution.
I still don't understand why you're standing with pedophiles. Why are you defending them so much?
That's a crazy deflection.
It's not a crazy deflection. I mean, I've explained why I want them to be public. Number one, I want it to be a deterrence. I want people to know.
Execution's deterrent.
I want people. Let me finish, please.
No, because you're just saying.
Just let me finish my point.
Yeah,
1 second.
Okay.
Let me finish my point.
The point is moot because I'm not arguing
My point is there's a group of elites in this country.
Let's punish pedophiles and do it and make a deterrent.
Can I just finish it?
You can, but it's not what I'm saying.
I just want to.
You're shadow boxing.
I'm not shadow boxing.
Go ahead.
I'm laying out my position. This is my position, okay? And why I want it to be public. Because there's an elite, there's a global elite, and there's an elite in this country that's rich enough and has enough resources that they've been able to get away with every sort of crime imaginable under the sun. And we literally, well, it's like a.
Do you think I disagree with any of this?
I know you don't.
So let's not waste time talking about it. I just want to know
the public aspect. The public aspect.
You want to do a firing squad in public? That's extraordinary. That's an extraordinary thing to want as a politician. In fact, public executions are illegal
for rapists.
So you want to change the law?
Rapists and pedophiles that have gotten away, have molested countless dozens of children.
Yeah, anyone.
And gotten away with it.
Because it's not about them. It's about the public. How else should
Epstein be punished?
You could. So I mean,
if he were still alive, how should life in prison? You think that's good enough? The guy molests hundreds of children, destroys their lives.
Okay, let's say execute him, right? But like not publicly, not in a town square with a firing squad, because that goes outside him.
And this affects the network around him. The network around him remains the same.
Okay, listen, you're pro public execution. I think that's crazy. But
no. You're conflating.
That's what you said.
I said in one specific example. For the Epstein people. That's it. For
so
people who are convicted.
So one time. So if you feel that strongly, why are you putting off investigating it? I'm
not putting off investigating it.
Yes, you are.
Who said that?
You're waiting for you're going to read 3 million documents? What are you going to talk about in 20 years?
It's being investigated by people who are more qualified right now.
So talk about the reporting.
Okay. I'll make a video.
But I'm just saying, if you care about the kids, why are you talking about gay couples getting married and you're not talking about Epstein?
That was a specific response to something that he made a video calling me out.
Have you read any documents from Epstein files?
If you got to let me finish one point.
Go ahead.
So he made a video calling me out for helping James Charles get free, right? Because there were a dozen allegations that I shared. And then at the tail end of that, there were 2 that were false that I shared and deleted within minutes of them being posted, right? One kid that shared it as a joke and another kid that just wanted attention. And certain people, especially Adam included, have been using those 2 allegations to exonerate James Charles, undermine all the 12 that came before, right? So that was my point, that we have to have a conversation because people are exonerating people based on 2 outlier situations. They're exonerating people like James Charles. That was the point with why I was making that video and why I was talking about it. Out of context, sure, it could look the way that you're talking, but that was the initial point.
It's called mask off, but I feel like you're keeping your mask on.
I'm pretty mask off right now.
So you're posting a lot of videos.
Am I?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's 2 a day, 3, 4. Nothing about the Epstein files. You have a lot of smoke for the Super Bowl halftime show. How's that more important than the Epstein files? I mean, dude, look at all these videos you made. You haven't even mentioned one, but you.
I was making a video a month for a while, and these are all old videos.
Okay, well, this is a trending story. You've been
for the
last month, you've been posting videos extremely regularly.
I have another channel as well where I talk more about political.
You talk about Epstein files there?
I talk about a whole bunch of.
You talk about Epstein files there?
I may have mentioned it. I know that I had mentioned this before. I've mentioned this before in like debates and stuff when people ask me. This isn't a new position about the what to do with people who are convicted. I didn't just come up with this in the moment. I've been talking about this.
Donald Trump was mentioned 38,000 times in the Epstein
if he's convicted, he should face the same sentence as everybody else.
Execution.
No politician is above the law, period.
Let's see what you've been talking about. Debating, that's fine. Fact check. Bad Bunny, Super Bowl. Team USA goes woke. Gorilla. You show a picture of Gorilla. Obama. Do you think this was racist, by the way?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. The meme in and of itself is like bizarre.
You think Trump's racist?
I think it was a mistake. Honestly, I think that whoever's on his team should get fired. If he posted it himself, then he should just watch the clips before he posts it, because I think that's a mistake that the president can't be doing.
So you've posted a lot of videos in the past 3-4 weeks. So
a lot of them are debates. A lot of them are.
A lot aren't. I just think that if you cared about the welfare of children, you'd at least be interested in Epstein.
Yeah.
You seem to be dodging that issue.
I'm not dodging the issue. We're talking about it right now.
Well, we're not having a substantive conversation about it.
Okay, so let's make it more substantive.
Well, you haven't looked into it at all.
I was watching a video coverage of I think the guy covered it was a 50-minute video. He covered like half of it. He's doing like a 3-part series. So
do you see that the message from Elon Musk that says, "When's the wildest party on your island?"
That was in an email?
Yeah. Elon Musk sent that to Epstein. He says, I want to come to the wildest night on your island. What night should I come?
I mean, that's crazy.
It is.
Yeah. That's the amount of people who are involved in it is something that I think every American should be concerned about, and we have to hold everybody accountable. That's my whole point with it. I don't have like a taste. I don't say that lightly, by the way. I know it sounded like I was saying it lightly.
Do me a favor,
but I think every single politician, every single person who was involved with this guy should be held to account. Period.
I think just do me a favor. Like in the media you're putting out, I just think you should look into that more.
I will.
Yeah,
and I appreciate you bringing that up like that.